Okay guys, we back today. We're gonna work on our smokehouse. What we did, I got right here, and I'll turn the camera around a minute where you can see, but we've got us 4 2x8s, and obviously they're 7 1/4, and I think they're 1.5 inches thick, but you call them a 2x8. Most of you that build are pretty familiar with all that. But I am going to start off showing you some of the basics when I start building this, just for example. I know a lot of you know exactly how to do all this, but I am going to go through and show. But what I'm going to do, being that I marked all these level, I did 2 things. I straightened all this up and kept it square, but I give me a point to mark down too, so that I can keep my floor level as well. So what we're going to do right now is since I have all these corners, is what you call flush. In other words, this top is exactly the same as this top. So that way I'm level all the way around, and I checked that the other day. So what I'm going to do is I want my floor, and I know that I need room for that 2x6, and this is going to be the highest point. So I'm going to start here, and I want to give myself enough room. In fact, I want a little room under this. So I'm probably going to step up here and put my top at, I'm going to come down from there 36, I'm going to come down 37. That way, if I put a 1-inch thick rough cut board that I have over there, the top of my floor will be at 36 inches from that. And why that matters, it really don't. It just gives me an easy number to reference to. So I'm going to put 37 on all of these. Okay. Speed square. What you want to do now is come and flip that on there. Mark this level, and I do it usually all the way around the post just because I'm going to be going off different directions. Just makes it easy. At least 3 sides. But outside, I'm not going to use it. That's kind of my mark. Okay, now the next step is we're going to do these outside 2 runs. We need to know what this measurement is in between these 2 posts, and it is exactly 65 inches. So I'm going to come over here, lay my saw out of the way. Let me turn you around where you can see. Okay, hooked on the end. I'm gonna come back to 65 inches here. Take my speed square. Mark that easy enough. Already got my saw out hooked up. Now when I cut, I marked my line right on 65. I put my blade on this side of my line. That way I didn't wind up with a saw blade shy of what my mark was. The other one should be the same, but we are going to double check it just to see, because I could be off a hair. Post twisted, whatnot. But it is dead on 65. So we're going to do it one more time. And just be curious, I don't know how much I got left. I got 55 3/4 left. Not quite enough for me to use. Now obviously I take things for granted, but do be careful when you're using saws. You can come up looking like this. We don't want to be like that. This is why you cut your boards tight. And you need to start pulling the bugger line. I do have some screws to use, and I may wind up using some on this, but I had a 5-gallon bucket full of nails that was given to me, and it's hard not to use free stuff. And I'm not the best with a hammer, but I can get it done. And being this is the floor, I probably am going to come back and put some screws in there just for safety's sake, because I don't want it falling apart later on. Just did want you to see how to go about it with a hammer and nail, because I'm trying to show how to do things, everything pretty much for cheapest way possible. These 2x6s, all of this is reclaimed. So far we haven't spent any money at all, not $1 so far. But it's because I had been in construction and around it, take things down. But now you can go, somebody's got something they want tore down, they usually give you the stuff if you'll tear it down for them. Just put a little back work into it, turn it into money. But you can go buy all this stuff. It won't be too expensive. Not for what it's going to save in the long run if we figure out how to procure our own meat. And then, see, we've got our board cut tight. It helped us. If you cut that board a 1/16 shy, right here is where it'll hurt you. Plan for success. Plan for success. Some of you guys would have had all these nails already in there. I got used to a pass load when I was building my house. What framing work we did, we had a pass load or air gun. Got away from these old hammers, but I like to use my old hand tools when I can. So forgive me for being slow at it. We get the job done. 2-foot center. Double check it that way. 2-foot center. $68.75. Okay, this board here, I think it's solid enough. I'm a little concerned about this very end. I didn't have any more of the 2x8s. soft in the middle. The ends are solid. Yeah, see that? We're gonna scrap that. We're not putting that in our floor. It would be one thing if it was a lathing board up on the side holding tin or something. And even then, it's not good to use it if it's all you had, but we definitely don't want to put it in the floor. I'm going to show you how to use these drops of scalp. I got to thinking here, I wanted you to see what I was doing right here. Okay. I pull from the outside to 2 foot. That's my center mark. I want that in the center of my board. Not on one side. I did the same thing on both ends. You guys that know all this stuff, forgive me for being elementary, but I'm doing this for the people also that probably hadn't ever built a whole lot of anything. And things are not as crucial, being this is a small building. If this were a large house, I'll show you what I would have done. I would have taken my square and made sure this was straight. But all I'm gonna do is lay boards across the top, and it's giving me something to nail to across here, so it's not crucial. But it still would be a good idea. You don't want it bad crooked. And I'll show you down here on this end. See this end, that board is twisted. Well, lost my nail. I see why now. I was trying to drive it through a knot. I'm going to show you a technique called scalping. What I'm doing is I'm looking for my 65, or I think, wait, let me double check my move. 68 3/4. See, I was about to mess up. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it on this board. I want to leave this bottom piece as long as possible. I don't want to have to cut off no more than I have to. So what I'm actually going to do is probably go ahead and cut this board. I would not do this on a large building, but for the sake I need good wood and I don't want to use that rotten board, we're going to nail this back and forth all the way down through there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cut flush so I can nail into both boards on one end too. Now if your board was long and your scab was short, you would want this scab in the center. You wouldn't want a short piece and then a long piece. But being that I'm going to have this going all the way and I'm going to nail into the end of it, I can do it this way. The secret to this is put plenty of nails in it. I don't mind. I always offset. I go up and down, so this is going to be the center again over here. Okay. Now, you want to make sure that you're flush on at least one side, all the way down. Just fit my nails. I'm getting a little better operating my hammer here. A little practice. Oh, I took caught pretty quick. Again, we're going to go to center. And we're centering off of our one long. Also make sure you flush at the top. Okay, this is your floor joist. We're going to find us some material now to deck this with. This board will have to be removed because I'm going to place a door here. In fact, I'm going to take all of these down because I want to put them inside flush with my inside of my post. So these will all be coming back off. I may put them back in there. I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but y'all stick with us. We're gonna try to put all of this flooring in one video, so hang with us.